I'm a very sexual person, but at the same time, like I've been in periods of my life where I was being celibate and not having sex, and in that period of my life, it's like there was nobody around. It's like when I wasn't like, you know, um, and I'm not saying that you should just like give up sex to like people or to guys, but I'm saying when I wasn't sexually active, it's like I wasn't talking to no guys at all. So it's almost like trying to, in the reality that we live in today, trying to be like that is almost like so.
You just asked me a question, right?
I'm serious,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, I'm a dude.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree.
Right.
Like you are a dude, so I'm listening to you.
So at the same time, right? Like I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it's easy, right? I'm not saying it's easy. But what you're looking for hopefully would be marriage. And why would you have sex with dudes that are not your husband or not even committed to being your husband? Like think about that for a moment. At some point in time, you're gonna have to think about all the bodies that you've accumulated, and none of these dudes with your husband, but you want your husband to treat you totally different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that I waited. I'm just saying that I was cool with waiting. You know what I'm saying? The people don't know my story. I lost my wife, my late wife, almost 2 years ago, right? And we was together 20 years. And so I learned these things over the course of that time. And then as I started the dating life or whatever, okay, women would say they don't want to have sex, but that's not really true. You know what I'm saying? I got game. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, I can talk to you and you can understand who I am and things of that nature, and I can get you to a bed. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if I just want to sleep with you, then why would I want to marry you if I haven't even talked to you about marriage? You feel me? Now, some dudes can, right? Some dudes can, but the majority is not like that. So what I'm saying is, and I've told men this on countless occasions, you can have dick discipline, but that's a challenge. Women, you control. I mean, it's a talking point now, right?
Right.
Women control access to sex.
We do.
Okay, so if you say, dude, I'm not having sex with nobody because I want my husband to be the one that is inside of me, right? He has to respect that. Dudes adjust to women all the time. That's how we work. You know what I'm saying? I give you a case in point, and I'll lay it down right here. Okay, my wife told me, my current wife, she told me, she said, I expect for you to open the door every time I'm coming to a door. And when I said, I don't know nothing about that, I don't do that. She said, but that's a requirement. And I was like, okay. And ever since then, I do that. Right? Because my interest is in her. Right? And so now I'm just giving you some game that women, you control the avenue into which you want to get to an actual marriage.
Yep. I also wanted to say, like to you, when it comes to like your issue, what was I going to say? I can't even remember. Like what was your original question that you had asked?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Yeah, she was celibate. She said that she was celibate,
right?
Oh, okay. And so she couldn't find nobody.
Yeah, it was the sex thing. Okay, so like the thing is, here's the thing. I'm just gonna be 100% honest and real with you here. Okay, age has a huge factor in things. Okay, so when you think that like, oh, when I have sex, guys come around. You had a lot of sexual agency when you were like 20, 21, 22, 23. You had a lot of attention coming to you, and those guys would have wanted relationships also. They would have talked to you. They would have done a lot more than just the sex with you back then. Now, I'm just being honest with you because you're older. A lot of guys are probably just like, oh, I'm just trying to hit it and leave. I'm just trying to get some easy sex and get out. They're not trying to, because the guys really sometimes want youth for marriage and stuff like that. I'm not going to say all guys, because there's some guys that they've already had kids, they've already gotten to certain points, and they would still love to be in a relationship with you because they've already done a lot of things or something, and then they're not looking for youth. Because the only guys looking for youth are usually trying to build families, have kids, and do stuff like that. It's only usually for stuff like that, in my opinion. But and then also for you, what did you had said? You had asked something that was something really important.
Like, would you expect that of men?
Oh, there
back
was.
when we were talking about.
Oh yeah. So like it all comes down to the guys that like you choose. So like the guy that you're talking to right now, you were saying like it was hard to get into relationships with certain guys, like those alpha guys that we were talking about. Like they're hard to get into relationships with. Was the guy that you're with right now hard to get into a relationship with?
No, he knew exactly what he wanted. He approached me. I wasn't even looking.
I wouldn't say it's that he knew exactly what he wanted. It's just that those are two completely different guys. Like the guys who have options and then the guys that don't have a lot of options. And I'm not saying that your guy didn't have a lot of options, but he probably, like I'm not saying he settled or anything like that, but I'm just saying there's two different kinds of guys. And there's guys, if they got a lot of options, they're not going to ever take you seriously. Why would I take you seriously whenever I can go on dates with 3 or 4 other girls and get sex from 3 or 4 other girls? And you're never going to know. You're probably going to keep coming back because you're dickmatized. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, a lot of guys can take advantage of y'all very easily if you give up the pussy. We were talking about, like, that's your whole leverage. That's why I said that's your leverage. Once you lose the leverage, it's game over. And then, like, the only way that y'all can get the leverage back after you do that is maybe, like, providing value, helping him with his business, coming and cooking and cleaning or doing something like that. But how many women give up the pussy early and then don't do any of those things after that? And it's like that's the only thing that would have maybe locked him down after. And most women don't do that. I would not even be in a relationship with my girl if it wasn't for the fact that she did those things after sleeping with me.
Well, I mean,